Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith. Why don't you have the Whitlock clip all the way at the top, so why don't you play the Whitlock clip first? Something happened, okay? So obviously we know Cat Williams, came out and he called out everybody, and it became the most viewed podcast of the last, I want to say, 24 months. That's been the most viewed, 40+ million views, garnered over 500,000 subscribers to Club Shay Shay, a.k.a. Shannon Sharp. And, whatever you want to say about Shannon Sharp, I thought he did a great job with the interview. Sometimes the gift of an interview is to ask the question, be quiet, let the guy answer the question, and then let the market decide. Credibility, truth, not right. You do that part. That's what you know. This is not true. He said this, then hold Cat Williams accountable. I thought it was a great interview. But here's Jason Whitlock, inspired by Cat Williams. Go for it.
Stephen A. Smith is the Kevin Hart of the sports media.
Oh, shoot. There's
Smith
music.
Is a plant.
What's going to happen with this
Disney
music?
and
Turn off the music stuff. Oh, my God. You have to put... So he's comparing Stephen A. Smith to Cat Williams. To Kevin Hart, that he's a plant and they gave him money, and the fact that he averaged 1.5 points a game in one game. How do you average 1.5 points a game if you only played one game and your knees, all this other stuff snapped? And anyways, this is Stephen A. responding to him. And by the way, Stephen A., I've never heard him talk about Jason Whitlock.
Ever. Me neither.
I've not heard it, and I've listened to Stephen A. for a long time, and I've never heard him talk about Whitlock. But go ahead and play this clip.
Did you tell them that once this same article in Deadspin came out?
No, this is not it, Rob. This is not it. There's one where he says,
I called my priest, and he called his pastor and said, hey, don't look at me this week because I'm going to do something that you've never seen before.
Yeah, he just flat out called him out is what he did. So is this the one? Go ahead and play it. Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, no, more music.
I said that name. It's not a name I've uttered. I normally don't do that. But it's necessary to do now.
No, that's the music.
You can't,
that's
LL Cool J right there.
No, it's not. That's Nas.
Oh, that's Ether.
Anyway, so go ahead and tell the story. What happened? And what did Stephen A. Smith say?
Just said, like, listen, you're going to make a video like that. He's like, I called my friends. I told my colleagues. He goes, and I told the people at ESPN. Shout out to what he did here. This is actually pretty great. He goes, I work with you on ESPN, but this is my show, and I have carte blanche to do whatever I want on my podcast.
I own my podcast.
He goes, I called my friends, I called my family, I called my colleagues, and he goes, I told my pastor, and I told them, listen, you're about to see a side of me that you've never seen. So just respect it. I gotta go in, and then after that, I'm done. I'm not, dude, I gained so much more. I always respected him, but I actually didn't see him go in. Did you see the?
I don't think he has done it yet. But you know how they say it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission?
Yeah.
He's not asking for nothing.
Zero.
I don't need your permission. Yeah. I don't need forgiveness. I'm going scorched earth on this, dude.
I'm going in.
I can't wait to see what it is.
Rob, I just sent you the clip. Rob, I just sent you a clip to play
with no music.
Where this was the main one that went viral. If you want to, did you get it or no? Did I not send it to you? Maybe I sent it to myself. Hasn't come through yet, and I probably texted it to myself. But look, in a situation like this, okay, there's a couple things you need to know. We're not in this world, right? Meaning we're not in the sports world where we know the history, the politics, the track record, who got a contract, who took someone's job. Whitlock used to be with who? Didn't he have a show back in the days with ESPN, or where was he at? He was an ESPN guy with Keith Olbermann and all those guys, right? He's kind of like from that era. And then all of a sudden there was a falling out and they said certain things about him. But play this clip here from Stephen A. if it plays. Okay, there you go. Fantastic.
Here we go.
And please do not allow this to be a reflection on my character, because this is not how I act every day. But I mean it from my soul when I say this is the worst human being I've ever known.
Wow.
Damn.
I don't know of another human being worse than Jason Whitlock.
Wow.
He is a piece of shit.
Ooh. Wow.
He's the dude that's going to have a funeral and ain't going to be no pallbearers. Might be 2 people to show up.
Damn.
He's that dude.
Wow.
He is the absolute worst. And he lies. And he incriminates. And he tries to set people up to fail, to big up himself because he can't do it on his own. He had a television show. He failed. He's had opportunities one time after another. He doesn't measure up. And now he's coming at the big dog. And let me tell you something right now. I am the big dog. I ain't the only one. I ain't the only one. There's plenty. Skip Bayless, apologies to him, too, for bringing up Jason Whitlock's name in the same sentence as him. But we all know what time it is. Everyone knows.
I think in this space, he's the number one.
All the executives, all the networks,
it's not even
they
close.
know what a piece of shit he is.
Wow.
And they begged me not to do this. But even my pastor, A.R. Bernard, said, I'm not happy about it. But every now and then, we got to do what we got to do.
The Lord.
I promise you.
And the
last
Lord
time, Sister
saying-
Carol,
The green light from the
I
Lord.
won't do this again. I promise you. I know you cringing. You didn't want me to do this. I'm sorry, sis. It was necessary. He's a sorry, fat piece of shit. A no of the worst order.
There's your clip right there. Sorry, fat piece of shit, Rob. There it is.
Oh my God.
That's the title, right?
That's the
That's who
title
he
right
is.
there.
Oh my God.
And I want to make sure everybody knows that.
He said mother effer, but they bleeped it out.
And I said to Isaiah Thomas, and I said to Dan Lebertard, if you care anything about our friendship, don't ever call me about him
My God.
again. I'm a very forgiving person. Not with him.
Wow.
I don't care what beef I had. I don't care how many of you out there that hate me, whatever, former athletes, all this stuff. Man, please, I'm sorry. Because I certainly don't hate y'all. We might have our differences from time to time, but ain't never that. This is the exception.
Wow.
I hate this bastard. Not even. Far more than a little bit.
By the way, every time
He's
it's
the
like,
worst human being.
we got it. You can pause it at this point.
Worst human being
Yo,
ever.
but I love how like he goes back. He goes back to like, and I talked to this guy.
Sorry,
but you a fat piece of shit. But I talked to my
By the
sister.
way,
Yeah.
have you ever heard him talk like this?
Never.
Well,
Never.
In
Never.
the not one time, and it's like,
What do you think? What do you think?
The only people that he clowns worse than this are the Dallas Cowboys, and that's a continual
Yeah,
joke.
but
This ain't no joke.
But here's my thought. It has to be really, really bad for him to do this because as a Christian, and you know this, and Tom, I know you know this. I've lost my temper. I can't even count. Probably gonna lose it today. Who knows? But to sin, to know that you're gonna sin.
It is a
to know
weekday.
that you're gonna do it, and like I think, like listen, I feel him. Trust me, I probably would have done worse. But as a Christian, you calling your pastor, this isn't a good look for him, though. I mean,
For who?
For Stephen A. Smith, because the eyeballs are going to be there, obviously. But if you're going to be this Christian guy, and you know he is, and if you call your pastor, and even your pastor goes, "Hey, go for it." What are we talking about?
I don't
You
know. I
should
like that.
No, but have the humility to. By the way,
To me, I don't give two shits about his religion. He can
No,
be Christian,
no, but
Catholic,
hold
Jewish,
on.
Muslim. I don't
Hold on,
care.
hold on, the bigger-
It got personal.
the bigger person-
And he's going right after
I know,
it directly.
but hold on.
The fact that he called his pastor and his pastor's like, "Yeah, you do it, dog. I don't care
Here's
about
my
that."
Here's my question.
Do what you got to do,
Here's my
Stephen A.
question to all of you. Do you think, real talk, with this hate, if he sees him in public, does he fight him? That's who I am.
These are
Hold
two.
on.
These are two
I
55-year-old
don't give
men,
a shit.
fucking
No.
former
That-
athletes. Who gives a shit?
No.
Jason Whitlock's so fat he probably can't get out of the house.
No, but that's how I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I don't give a shit about none of that. If I have this much hate to another dude, when I see you in public, it's on. Because these are just words. This is just.
Vinny, you want to step outside, bro?
Adam, you're gonna.
You want to step outside, Vinny?
It's not worth getting
Or do you
the back
wanna
of your
go,
suit
bro?
dirty. It ain't worth getting the back of your suit dirty. But Adam, I love you. But you know what I'm saying though? Do you think they're gonna fight?
By the way, what
No.
do you think about Whitlock?
I'm not a fan of him. From the situation that we dealt with here, I lost all respect for him. And when you're supposed to be fearless, but all I'm seeing from the guy is fear, I don't
Fearful.
respect him. I don't respect him.
Man, he was
there's
walking
a
around
lot
the
of
park.
F
He was
words.
walking around the park. Remember, he was walking around the parking lot. He was talking to somebody on the phone. All of a sudden, he's trying to cross Dixie Highway. He couldn't do it. He's looking like an illegal alien trying to cross the border out there, completely confused.
Yeah.
And he just finally goes over to some other parking lot and calls an Uber or something. I'm like, what is with this guy?
Yeah.
He is so lost. He's trying to make a point. I'm talking about Whitlock, trying to make a point on his own podcast, trying to say this, but in the middle of it, you seem like he's got this confused man that's full of angst, that's picking on people. It's like, I don't get him.
Yeah, there's a lot of F words you could use for Jason Whitlock. Fearless ain't one of them. I'd go fat, fluffy, fake.
Fudge.
You know, according to Stephen A. Smith, he's an effing POS. We all get it.
Yeah.
Fearless ain't the word, though. Sorry, Jason.
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm gonna no comments on this one.
What the hell did you not joke?
Everybody said what they said about him. Now, listen, my experience with him, I was confused because if somebody's a gamer and the whole situation was we were going to have a podcast here and we already said our thoughts on that. I don't want to revisit that.
Yeah.
But in a situation like this, you know, where I think Whitlock was trying to have his viral Cat Williams moment, but nobody cared. Mm-hmm. Meaning he thought he's Cat Williams. And the market said, bro, you're not,
Fat Williams.
You're not Cat Williams, bro.
Yeah.
You're not Cat Williams. There's Cat Williams, then there's you are not at the Cat Williams category.
No.
Maybe he thinks he is. Okay? Maybe he thinks he is. Maybe he's gonna leak other things. Maybe he's gonna bring up other stories. Great. But you know, the inspiration of him wanting to be the modern day Cat Williams of the sports radio. It fell
horribly.
However, in his credit, he did get
eyeballs.
Stephen A. to respond to him.
1,000%.
And, you know, good for you if you're doing that, but it wasn't the right kind of response you want to get.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.